Alrighty, there we go. A little early on that one, but welcome one and all to our week 7 of the LRS Premade League. Gonna be, oh my god, guys, I can't even begin to describe what kind of a night it's gonna be. But of course, as always, it's your boy Gurf joining you on the analyst desk. Welcome one and all. I hope you're having a fantastic night. Let's just talk about what the heck is happening tonight, because there's been some stuff going on with the LRS League. As of right now, if you guys heard and were in the loop, Beaver Cleavers are no longer a part of the LRS Premade. And with that, some matches have been shifted around. Some things have been happening. So there are only 6 teams left. Playoff spots are being locked in. Right now we have PvE and I believe I want to say 999 in those 5th and 6th spots right now. But tonight, the matches that are going on here, the VX and DSG match is going to throw some absolute sticks in the spokes of your in your wheel, because this is insane. Depending on which of these teams win is going to be shifting around some placements and affecting where these teams end up in the playoff bracket. We do have an update that it will be double elim for the LRS Premade due to the shortened regular split. So we'll get to see a lot of these teams going into the playoffs. But right now, VX being that number 1 slot and DSG coming in from 4th, we could see some major shifts in where these teams go. So going to be an awesome night for all of you at home. But let's get those matches up there. We're going to have the matches for you guys right now. We are just looking at VX. DSG in a best of 3, going to be a spicy series for us tonight. But we'll send it over the caster desk in a second. But before we go, don't forget, tonight is our prediction night. So you finally get to put those tokens to good use. If you need a reminder on how to do that, there is the command how to play right there for you there. And of course, the command Legends tokens, which, you know, what the heck am I actually doing with these tokens? So you can see in chat there, unfortunately, down on my desk below, it's a bit of a lengthy command that shoots back there. But lots of fun to be had, lots of good use to put those tokens to. So you gotta be look at the both my casters there in chat just spamming tokens. Let's go! Awesome stuff. But without any further ado, I'm gonna make sure to get the pentaQ on over to our teams. So let me do that as I pass it over to the casters to talk about this game before we get going. So guys, take it away.
Thank you very much, Gurf, for the send-off as we are getting into game one here of Darkstar Gaming versus VX. And this, like Gurf said, is going to decide quite a lot of standings here. I mean, if Darkstar Gaming takes it, they shift easy 3 places. And if VX takes it, they shift the entire standings board. So it's quite an intense game here for both teams. They have quite a lot riding on each other, not just by themselves, but the entire playoff bracket. A red wheelbarrow is here joining me, obviously. How are you doing, man?
Hey man, fantastic. I'm excited. I didn't realize as I stepped in that we had so much on the line in this high elo series, so it's going to be fantastic.
Oh yeah, this is super exciting, and I mean, both teams coming in with a little bit of roster changes here. We got Awesome Sheep coming in for the jungle for Darkstar Gaming here, and
Sheepy.
Akira actually going to the mid lane for same page in the top lane. So quite an interesting little roster that Darkstar Gaming has produced for this match here, but we do have things going in order, and I believe we should have the draft starting up real shortly for you guys here.
Yeah, I've casted a couple with looking at Raven's Man, Toast, same page. Everyone here plays very very well. I understand that we just changed it to where we have double elimination for the playoffs. Like Garth had mentioned. But the fact that you do get to fight for your placement still, the bracket, does matter as far as where you're going to be landing, who you're going to be playing against. And I'm pretty sure just looking at the rest of the teams, Darkstar or VS, just they have people they'd rather play versus others, right? To get an easier way through that first round. So it's going to be awesome to see how this pans out.
Oh yeah, and just looking at things here, just to tell you guys a little bit of the rundown of what could happen here. EGM can get currently first or second place. If Darkstar Gaming wins this, they lock first place, and they will lock second if VX wins this. JB is locked for third or fourth. They'll win third if VX wins, and if Darkstar wins, they'll get fourth. VX is currently in a place for either first here or third. So if they lose against Darkstar here, they will be third place and Darkstar will take second. And then VX, if they win, they'll take first and Darkstar will take fourth. So there's a lot riding on this here going into the first draft as bans have already come through, hot and ready on the table here.
Yeah, just right away, Darkstar, you can see we've got Bali, Echo, and Ziggs. Sorry, I was gonna say Kindred for some reason. And then you have Ash, Kane, and I do like the Caitlyn band, even though she did get nerfed, right? I do think she still just puts out way too much damage with her headshots. And then, of course, the always dependable Shen is going to be first picked here for DSG.
Oh yeah, Shen, definitely just a safe pick in that top lane. Goes well into pretty much every matchup. He's very strong in the early first 3 levels and can easily just ride out a top lane. And I think that's what they're trying to do here at Darkstar Gaming. They might look for a little bit of a flex into the jungle or support position here, but it could be going in that top lane like you said. And Lucian, VX answering back with a bit of a flex themselves here. Ooh, a double flex.
Yep, double flex, but just with how the meta's been playing out lately, I can imagine, I think the only flex really there is going to be that Lucian, but I could be wrong. Going, top mid or AD carry. But that Pantheon, definitely I'd be surprised if it went anywhere but support. It's just a very strong meta pick right now, just being able to, one, pick folks off, poke, as well as soak up that damage with his shield block. And his all-in potential with his ultimate to counter the Shen. I just think that's a great pick, as we see Ezreal being picked up by Darkstar.
Yep, Ezreal, a very classic pick for Ravensman. Surprised to see it left up here, but obviously if you get it, you got it now. So Ezreal going to be the lock for Ravensman here, a very star-studded pick for him, and now we are looking to see what Darkstar Gaming is going to lock to respond to Lucian and Pantheon. And Ezreal is actually really good. Yuumi going to be the pair up with the Ezreal, so very classic bottom lane. We see it often. However, that Yuumi is going to have a hard time in that bottom lane if the Pantheon's going support.
100%. That's why I struggle with that pick. I probably would have saved that for a little bit later. And the reason is because with how the draft is played out now with Darkstar, the Shen automatically we know it's going to be top or jungle now. It's not support, so they already took that out. As Renekton gets picked top. So this is where I would have seen where the rest of VX's play is going to be before committed to that support. But overall, they committed already, and we're going to see how this pans out as we get into the second round of bans.
Yeah, and I think personally, Darkstar Gaming has a pretty solid comp for just scaling it out and letting it roll through into the into the mid late game rather than putting all the cards on early game. Whereas VX is looking to get that snowball rolling with these 3 champions right now: Lucian, Renekton, Pantheon. All relatively need to be at least in a even or favorable position for them to be impactful in the later stages of the game. And now looking at bans here, we are going to see a lot of AP champions probably banned out here for the side of Darkstar, as VX does have quite a lack of that in the moment, at the current moment though. But at least is going to be the first ban for VX here, so I'm quite interested to see if they are going to target ban Awesome Sheep with these double bans here. He is on a little bit of an uncomfortable position, normally seen in that ADC role, so who knows what they will be taking away from him here.
Yep, and if anyone knows Sheepy, he likes to point out that things are spicy. So maybe just to keep the meta going, we might see a Skarner pick, hint hint. But I doubt that. But still, yeah, I know he's outside of that. We do have a Zed ban as well, so they're really targeting that mid laner. I kind of agree with you here. I expect to see another AP carry champ banned out as we get the Cassiopeia.
Yep, Cassio, that obviously hyper carry AP champion that they would be looking for in this scenario. I wouldn't be surprised to see something like a Syndra or LeBlanc come around here for the side of VX, because they are sort of leaning towards getting that early game aggression going, so you might as well just go full in and pick the LeBlanc or something relatively aggressive early here.
Yeah, there's a couple folks that could go against this comp. You're looking at maybe LeBlanc, Fizz, Diana, like you had mentioned. So there's a couple choices they have. We still don't know if they planned on having that Lucian be that flex, or even, to be honest, that Pantheon, right? But they are taking their sweet time getting here as they lock in the Karthus.
Yep, Karthus, very interesting pick here. Going to be picked in the jungle side, so that is a hyper carry AP, like we were talking about, and that is quite interesting to get a lot of early game dominance and then pick Karthus, because that's going to allow Karthus a lot of automation. And obviously they sort of planned for this with the bans on Zed and Elise here. They both can give Karthus a really hard time, but I'm also quite reluctant to say that, because Awesome Sheep also has a lot of champions that he could go right now. And there's the Skarner, like you say, getting picked up here.
This is beautiful, guys. Thank you so much. Jesus, man. Oh, okay.
You heard
I'm
the
excited.
wink.
Him and I, we captained last night's games, and we said if you do not take Predator, you're a fool. So I really hope he hears that as well. I think Predator, it's very dangerous instead of going Phase Rush. But we'll see as we get into the final pick here for Darkstar. Obviously going to be a mid. I would go maybe a little bit of an assassin folk here. So let's see what they pick up.
Yeah, I'm actually quite interested to see what they're going to pick up here, because they do need sort of that heavy AP still. I wouldn't be surprised to see something like a Syndra. Corky's fine too. A lot of range on this comp right now. I'm not quite sure where the Skarner is going to slot in with the rest of them. I'm sure Shen will have enough support to support the Skarner pick, and Trundle will actually be the last pick here. So that will be the Karthus flexing into mid, and the Lucian will be going ADC, unless the Karthus is going ADC and Lucian's going mid. So there is still some flex opportunity, but...
And we'll see in the stream, because as we all know, as they get into the loading of the game, they have to line up and pick accordingly, so we'll see where that slots. Overall, great draft from everyone. I don't mind the Yuumi just looking at the draft. So just seeing that Yuumi, as well as knowing that the Shen can just ult on top of both of them and go into a wild party in that bot lane, it's going to be a good time.
Yep, and speaking of good times here, make sure you got some good time for yourself to go in that chat and press the exclamation mark play, use your tokens, and make a bet who you think is going to win this game, Darkstar or VX. This is quite a lot riding on the line in this series, so make sure your votes are used because it could be quite interesting where we go from here after this game. This could definitely decide the pace of where this series is going to go. So Darkstar Gaming got the Shen top lane, the Skarner jungle, the Corki mid, Ezreal, and Yuumi in the bottom lane. So a very safe comp, wants to play to their ranges, but also has that opportunity to pull somebody in, you know? Has the opportunity to displace an enemy with the Skarner, with the Shen. You're able to pick off people, but you also have such reliable poke that it's going to be very hard for VX to play in their range, and it's going to be hard to find the opportunities. But if VX gets the opportunities to snowball early and to get inside of the range of VX, I think they have a lot of opportunities to just roll through this game really quickly. So personally, I'd give it to Darkstar in terms of like scaling, but I think VX has a lot of merit in terms of the early game here.
Yeah, I completely agree. I would be interested as well once we get up into the loading, what it looks like for the summoners that they're going to be bringing, especially with that Skarner, and him going in and trying to pick off folks with his ultimate. I did want to point out, though, that Lucian is going mid. So we all agreed that was probably a flex there, and it looks like Karthus is going to be there in the bot lane.
So quite an interesting pick here for the APC. And Karthus definitely has been seen in the bottom lane a little bit here and there. PvE had it, I believe, a game or two ago. And yeah, it's just a solid pick in that APC position, especially when you have to play from a range in like a Yuumi Ezreal lane. And when they're sacking lane as it is, you might as well just take a scaler. And Karthus is definitely that what you would want there in terms of scaling, and you got the pillar in the jungle there, so it's going to be very nice for the Karthus to set up these isolated Qs in the later games with all the slows on the side of VX's side.
Yep, and plus, I mean, he doesn't have a lot of health, especially at the start, right? So Pantheon's there to be able to soak up some of that damage from the poke there, and it is great because for both of them, Ezreal and Karthus, they're both going to be getting tiers in that early game. Obviously, they're going to build it into different items once they're fully gone, but that means a little bit of a slower start with a little bit of a slower damage output, and we'll kind of see what Yuumi and the Pantheon are able to do to help win each other that lane. I expect some really good gank coming in from that Skarner and that Trundle, though. What is your opinion as far as what the overall win condition is for either team?
Well, for the side of Darkstar Gaming, I think we're looking at a lot more to play for range and to play for picks. You're not really looking to all-in engage on them because you really do not have a favorable fight against a Renekton, Trundle, Karthus, Pantheon, Lucian. So VX is definitely going to want to look for these hard-scale engages during the dragon fights, whereas Darkstar Gaming sort of just wants to neutralize it, take it slow until eventually they'll be able to win auto-attack battles with all these champions, and eventually just hopefully stop the Karthus from scaling, because that's the person who you're going to be most afraid of going into this later game is the Karthus. If everyone else is behind and the Karthus has 12 kills, you lose the game. So obviously you have to be very careful about this Karthus, but you do have the range to sort of neutralize his impact. So it's going to be on Darkstar Gaming to play from range, but at the same time, VX really needs to get ahead early. They need to have this Renekton get ahead, this Lucian get ahead, this Trundle get ahead. Otherwise, these champions are just going to be null and void by mid-game. They're not going to hit their power spikes that they need to hit. Renekton's just going to be basically a crocodile empty in the lane. Shen's just going to duel him at every chance he gets, and it's going to be over. But we'll obviously be able to call that when it happens, but VX has to start something. They have to start off a snowball. And they have a snow champion. They got Trundle, not Nunu, but they do have the possibility of that snowball being created here with the Trundle high impact jungler. Gonna get that counter into the Skarner here. And I actually didn't even pick up on it at the time, but this is actually a really good counter into Skarner. Skarner is obviously going to itemize towards full HP and just defensive items. gonna go Predator and try and run in, but you do not want to trundle in the middle of your team, especially in this team comp. So it's going to be hard for the Skarner to find the people that he's going to want to pick. It's going to really be on the Lucian and the Karthus to stay away from the Skarner.
Right.
And basically all eyes on Skarner in a lot of these fights. If he gets a wondrous pull and they're able to get a pick, then a fight can be over. But it's also very hard for Darkstar Gaming to create a fight that's favorable without a lot of early pick. Or a lot of
early pick, or I'm going to say as well, if we get into that mid to late game, Darkstar does have potential to make picks if they are great on the comms, right? I can't really speak for how they're going to be on communications, but if you do think about their pick potential here, you have the Shen taunt. You do have the ability with the package from Corki to be able to split up some of that team so that Skarner can go in and get a high potential value and pull him away, secure that kill. But that does take a lot of communication, playing on the same page with everybody to be able to pull that off. But there is potential there, but I agree with you. I think their specialty is going to be in that early game and being able to snowball a lead over time instead of just depending on that in the mid to late game.
Yep. So we're getting into game now. People loading in, looking at ruins real quickly. We do actually have the press the attack on the Trundle, so a bit more of an aggressive choice here. Probably going to end up going for the blue smite as well. With that sorcery, probably has Nimbus Cloak under the tree, and will go blue smite and just start chasing people down. Probably might even go red smite if he's looking aggressively on this Skarner. And
I feel like Predator.
3? Wow. 3 TPs on the side of Darkstar Gaming. They want to be around this map. What can I say?
Wow, okay. Yeah. No, they have that. And I find that surprising, just knowing the speed that Corki gets, with that package. That is a little surprising to me, but they really want to be able to have that map control, as you can clearly see. But I do think not having at least a barrier or a ghost or an ignite on that Corki could end up hurting. But as you see, Yumi does pick up the exhaust and the heal. So I mean that does even out the Ezreal there pick for the teleport. And we are getting into the game, so I'm gonna pause at 5 seconds and then we're gonna kick this off.
Yeah, and as you were talking about there with the Corki and the Lucian, I was surprised to see the Corki getting teleported. That was mostly what I was looking at, because I know when I play Corki versus Lucian, I usually like to take exhaust for when he likes to E forwards at you. You can punish him very quickly on the exchange return fight. But obviously, if you're more comfortable just, sacking the lane pretty much and playing towards that mid game, teleport is very useful in setting up unfavorable positions. And now we are on 5 seconds here, making sure that everyone is paused. And it looks like we've got predictions for you here, going down in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so Darkstar Gaming actually favorable in this poll here, going to get 66% of that vote. So you guys think that Darkstar Gaming is going to win, and you guys think that they are going to secure second place here. So this is quite interesting. Going into this matchup, we've got quite a lot of stories. I mean, Ravensman brought this team together. A lot of people that maybe not a lot of people knew about going into it, but he has been known to own a lot of teams in the past, so he is definitely not bad at drafting a team here and there, and getting a little bit of an early ward here is VX. So what do you think is going to happen in this early game with that ward, and sort of what they're looking for, posturing for?
Looks like everyone here is just kind of playing a bit safe. We do have almost a, besides the Yumi there, 5-point creation there for Darkstar. I did want to mention here, I would love to see what the votes look like as the series goes on, because you do, just based on, I don't know if it's favoritism for who people know on Darkstar, or if it's just based on the first round of picks here. But this is going to be potentially a long series. So it could very well be something exciting as we move on.
Yeah, definitely. And looking at starts here, we do have pretty relatively normal starts for both sides. As Pantheon looking for a little bit of an early invade on this mid lane here, but nothing gonna come of it. Just gonna posture in that mid lane for a little bit. And yeah, just like I said, early starts for both gonna be on that bot side, so they will meet up in that top river for the Scuttle Crab. And actually, that might depend on if Shrundle goes for his wolves or not here, because we know the Skarner is going to go for the full clear into about level 4 for Scuttle. And yep, looks like Trundle will respond with the exact same thing. As a bit of an engage here from Super Frankie in the top, or in the mid lane, and then top lane, just a little bit of an auto attack trade here and there.
Yep, I do want to point out as well, though, that Akira and 80 Thresh did end up getting the call. So, you know, once they max that out, getting an extra 350 bonus gold does help a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see how far ahead they can get from their lane opponents to maybe stay ahead in the lane, as well as take advantage of that when it does hit.
Yep, and just so you know, 80 Thresh is a Ravens man, so if you would like to call me the Roar, as the Yuumi is actually jumped on, flashed on at level 2, the W goes down, and she cannot hop back on her Ezreal and goes down real quick, and that is what we were saying with that Yuumi being picked into the Pantheon support matchup. You have to be on your toes when you're playing Yuumi, and that was definitely not on his toes. As there's a gank coming up in top lane here, Trundle is going to get walking down onto this Shen, going to try and E away, but the pillar will come down, and now the Skarner is here to respond, is going to try and get some stuns down onto Aquanthony, as Akira is getting ignited in the mid lane, going to get taken down on a solo kill. Awesome Sheep's going to get chased down in the jungle here, as Aquanthony and I Can't Breathe going to try and take the kill, but they cannot. So that is 2 on the map? Yep, 2 on the map for the side of VX. A very aggressive trade in the mid lane. Lucian taking big control early and is going to secure this blue buff for himself. So VX really, you know, they're starting that snowball. They got the starts of it. They got the they got the snow pack now. They got it on the ground. It's starting to roll.
Well, what happened is they heard who everyone thinks is going to win, so that irritated them.
Oh yeah, as 3 people are walking in mid lane here. Akira trying to walk out, gonna have to burn his flash to get out of that one. So just had to be a little careful as Happy Game and I Can't Breathe just walking around the mid lane here, as Ezreal is gonna walk into the river, try and pick up a little bit of information here, but it doesn't look like anything will happen, as they are gonna put down the red ward and clear that ward. So a lot of control here for VX in that early game.
Oh, absolutely, and then I do want to mention we are about 35 seconds away from a Cloud Drake spawning, and it looks like a lot... Oh, hold on. See what kind of damage Frankie can put out. Looks like Corky's kind of back up.
He is putting the damage in right now, as... Yeah, Corky is not having a fun time in this lane, but this is obviously not where he wants to be at this moment, but he is now getting 3-man dived, as starting to look like my games yesterday, but...
I do want to mention, Renekton top here is trying to put out some damage, but that mid lane, by the way, with that Lucian, Super Frankie is 20 CS ahead already.
Oh yeah, he is putting dominance in this lane right now, and as Samepage actually gets a really good stun in the middle of the tower, but it doesn't look like it will be enough, as Aquanthony is going to pick up the kill, but Samepage will pick up the kill from the tower on the backside. So a 1-for-1 trade in that top lane, but not what you want to see for Darkstar Gaming, as you just keep trading stuff, and that's what VX wants here. They are snowballing, so their snowball's starting to look more and more like a ball every time we look at it now. So got about a 1.5 gold lead here, as the dragon is secured for VX, and Darkstar Gaming really have to start stopping this bleeding, otherwise things are going to start getting out of hand, as they are looking for a gank in this bottom lane here. 3-man dive potentially here, as Super Frankie is going to hop onto this Yuumi and is going to clean it up. 80 Thresh will go down to double kill for Super Frankie, putting so much pressure on the map right now, taking 3 kills for himself in the first 5 minutes.
Is that what you meant by stopping the bleeding?
I would say... Well, yeah, dying is technically a form of stopping the bleeding, right?
There you go, yeah.
Yeah. As Aquanthony actually getting a really bad trade in the top lane, but Akira is going to get picked up in the middle lane, and Aquanthony actually going to take that trade and just turn it right around. Actually hits, I think he hit 6 in the middle of that fight, and he just pops the ulti and he asserts his dominance. So, yeah, that's 7-1 now for the side of
And this
VX,
is, I
and
want to point out, this is all without that Trundle, by the way. Trundle
oh yeah,
has no kill participation, so we were talking about how he can help. He wasn't Nunu, right? But he can still help be a snowball champ. He's not even needed, so he can just free farm and call it a day. Like, this is just insane.
yeah, and he's already up just passively over the Skarner here because of how little the Skarner has been able to make an impact here. Aquanthony actually taking a few tower shots here, but it doesn't look like Same Page is going to be going in on that. He is 2 levels down now, but is going to have that 6 for this next fight, so we might see him in the near future as Akira has dinked 6 now in the mid lane, is going to walk up to Awesome
What
Sheep
is he
here,
doing?
who is only level 4, is very unable to take this
Easy.
fight as he is going to get auto-attacked right down. The Karthus ult comes through, but the Shen ulti to answer is going to stop Awesome Sheep from dying there, and wow.
I
Bit
would
of
like to
a...
think, yeah, that has to be not understanding how beefy Frankie is right now, right? Because
Yeah.
3 levels below and he decided to just commit to that kind of fight. That had to really surprise him, otherwise just no awareness there.
Yeah, as Aquanthony is going to get a little bit of a trade in this top lane, but he is just asserting his dominance too. It's just insane. There is such a gold lead already. We've already got 4K for the side of VX, and that number is going up rapidly every time I look at it. I mean, I just looked at it at 3K like maybe 2 minutes ago, and now Happy Game's going to get a jump in on Scarlet here. AD Thresh going to try and get a kill onto the Karthus, the flash away, and is going to be able to secure the kill. Ezreal trying to get a little bit of scraps for himself, and is able to pick up something, but that is just so unfortunate that they have to go for that 1-for-1 trade just to even like remain relevant in this bottom lane. It's just so hard for them to even move at this point as the Yuumi is just so far behind. The Ezreal is basically at the exact same item break point, even though he should be like at least half an item up right now. It's so sad to see this bottom lane just have to take these like really desperation trades at this point, even though we're only 8 minutes into the game.
Yeah, very unfortunate. I would maybe do the opposite of what I was saying on the cast last night. They need to really slow their roll down a little bit. Stop trying to overcompensate for these losses. Stretch the game out. Hold on here.
I think Kira is going to get caught in this river right now. Just at his blue side here, they are going to get that kill. I Can't Breathe going to get his first kill participation of the game as Skarner is now caught in between 3 people. Looks like Aquanthony is going to be walking in there, going to get the kill. No, he will not. He's actually going to get out. Same Page and Awesome Sheep now quite low under the tower. Happy Game looking for some spears, but it doesn't look like it's spear hunting season as Aquanthony's just going to walk in with this pool noodle and going to take the kill. I Can't Breathe going to take a bite of that Skarner, and that is going to be the top tower plus 2 kills for the side of VX. And they have this snowball, they have it rolling, and now they have it just charging.
Like, it's not like the blizzard has already happened.
Yeah,
They're
the
just
blizzard's already
snowboarding right now. You know, like, this is just, they're on vacation.
They're riding this ball right
Yes.
now.
This is ridiculous, man.
It's like in those animations where they get rolled up into the ball.
Yep,
As
exactly.
AD Thresh is going to get caught out in 2v1 here. Super Frankie going to get the clean kill. Already has his Essence Reaver and is now just cleaning up. Going to get that calling right down onto the Yuumi, and that is 6 kills and already a 1k gold shutdown for the side of Lucian at 10 minutes. And
Wow.
Yeah.
And then if you look at the actual lane differences between them all, okay? 30 CS difference between Anthony and Same Page. Alright? For 30 CS difference between the jungle. 30 CS difference between the mid. It is just absolutely a slaughterhouse.
yeah, Gurf, if you could just show the gold differences for a second. I'm not even gonna highlight any of it because you can look at it yourself. I'm good for that one. I thought we were on Twitch. Turns out we're on some other sketchy website that allows this sort of behavior to be demonstrated, because it is very unfortunate right now for the side of Darkstar Gaming. And yeah, things are bad.
Okay, well, if you're their coach, if you're looking at it from Dark perspective, and you're able to hit pause right here as they look to take the Mountain Drake, what is something you would advise for them to be able to slowly get back into this?
Honestly, I think they just need to slow it down at this point. They really need to slow down the pace of this game. It seems like VX has been able to get a fight every single time they look for one. Already getting almost a 10k gold lead at this point. It's very scary for Darkstar. They just have to play really safe. They have to play where they have control on the map. And right now, it's not a large area, but you have to give up CS on this Skarner. Like, you just cannot have him roaming through the jungle like this. He has to give up his orbs. He has to give up basically everything. As AD Fresh is getting hopped on by 3 people. Super Frankie and Happy Game hopping over with that little blast cone there, gonna get that kill. And now AD Thresh is and not an AD Thresh anymore. He's more an AD Inter.
Right. And that. And I like that. I like that. I want to point out, full built items here. We do already have Luden's Echo completed. Hold on. Oh,
yeah, Renekton gonna get jumped on here. They got 3 people in this top lane. Are they gonna be able to trade onto him? The Karthus ulti will come down. Same page is going to get a kill, and Ezreal will clean up that kill onto the Renekton. So a 1-for-1 trade in that top lane. That is actually pretty good for the side of Darkstar Gaming, but I don't know if it's too late to say that they have a chance to come back into this, but it seems...
And it just doesn't help because Corki, Ezreal, they're sitting on the Manamunes, right? Which only are sitting at around almost 300 for both of them being fully stacked. So they're scaling for late game, and they just don't have the time to wait. Like, they are just... There's no damage output.
Yeah, definitely no damage output at the moment for the side of Darkstar Gaming. They really have to keep going for these picks. This is really all they can rely on at this point. We're already sitting at a 10k gold deficit. It's very scary to be Darkstar at this point. I mean, we're 13 minutes into the game. We're talking like we're 25. It's really quite scary. I mean, Super Frankie is going to call Akira here in the mid lane, and that is going to be the flash right out of Akira. The Shen ulti as well. And yeah, it's just... I'd have nothing to say. It's just too crazy.
Well, I will say, I was kind of right when I mentioned that I would love to see, as the series progresses, what the people watching the stream are going to vote for, because it just seemed like they just went all in on DSG, and DSG has not shown up today. And I wouldn't even put this down to comps, really, right? This has nothing to do with comps or anything like that. I mean, it does in the sense that because this team got so far ahead, they're able to just utilize their comp now to get further ahead. But when they were both on that same and even page, they unfortunately, DSG was just not able to match anything that they were putting out. So we'll see kind of what happens on this next game. But this is not over yet. They could stretch it out. They could start getting some items and making some picks. So we'll see.
Yeah, Darkstar definitely doing a better job of sort of delaying fights from happening. As sort of course, as I say that, the Shen gets picked off in the jungle here.
Everything
I'm you know, stop the caster curse now, as they are trying to get I Can't Breathe. It is gonna pull in Happy Game here. They are gonna try and trade the damage, but the E is just gonna stop anything from happening. And now Kira is getting chased down by 2 people. Scarlet's gonna pick up another kill, gonna pick up a triple kill here. And now the Karthus, the one you're not supposed to be feeding, is also sitting with that bounty of 450. And
I mean, you don't want to fed Karthus?
Well, not in this comp. I mean, this is probably the worst member to be fed.
This is the worst Karthus like in the world to go against right now. He has got Luden's Echo. He's got some magic pen. Look at that damage. He's gone.
No, dude, Ravens man. Oh, that was so. That was so sad to watch as an ADC main. Oh no. Oh no. That was. You know you're feeling the pain that Ravens man's feeling right now when you just see that Karthus 1 QR just take him from full to 0. That is so tilting. I really hope that Darkstar Gaming can sort of recollect their mental after this game, because it seems like VX just has it in the bag. They just came with the right game plan, and they are playing to their strengths extremely well. Aquanthony is just putting so much pressure in the top lane, even if he is getting caught like I have been caster cursing for the entire game at this point. But he has been quite a hard and steady rock in that top lane as VX is just able to keep getting scraps on the side lanes that aren't top as he just keeps putting pressure.
Well, I want to disagree because I don't think you're doing a caster curse there, right? DSG. Oh wow, let's see this damage out. Wow.
Oh yeah, that's not even the last auto attack. Yep, there it is. Super Frankie is going to get that kill, but is going to fall down, and that is not the shutdown that you would want to give. That is 1,000 gold onto the Corki, and that could be quite turning as Happy Game is going to jump onto 80 Thresh here, but does not look like they are going to have the blow up. And now Happy Game is going to fall down to 80 Thresh. It looks like this is actually a pretty good fight for Darkstar Gaming. They're going to try and actually kite their way out now as things are looking a little bit scarier now that they got the beef tanks in the front as Same Page is going to go down on the trade there. And it looks like the Dragon will go to VX. Are going to be able to keep snowballing this lead with a 1.4k gold lead at the moment. A little bit less than they once had, but they are still looking fine. Just a bit of hyper-aggression from Super Frankie gets punished, and luckily they are just so far ahead at this point that it doesn't really matter that Super Frankie got like absolutely demolished there and just kind of griefed.
Well, I mean, before that fight happened, I was gonna say I don't think it's caster cursing just because DSG is picking up scraps off the floor, right? It's just overconfidence. They already know that they've won this game, so if they get caught out once or twice, it's literally just like beating a baby bird. But Super Frankie went into that fight, still got that Ezreal or that Skarner and killed him. He now has 2 fully built 80 items with that Infinity Edge, so the damage output is going to be even further ahead here for him. And it's going just swimmingly for them right now.
Now, you do say that they are going further ahead at this point, but giving that 1k gold shutdown to the Corki is going to significantly push him farther towards that Triforce power spike, which you do not want to give Corki for free. And he only had a Ruby Crystal before he got that kill. Now he's sitting on Phage and Sheen. He got so much gold from that now he's actually accelerated way past the point of getting those 2 individual power spikes, and he's combined them into one. So if he can put a little bit more damage onto the table now with his Sork Shoes, Phage, and Sheen, and hopefully getting his Triforce soon enough, they could start looking to turn fights. It is still very hard with the Karthus at 10 Magi stacks, with Aqua Anthony at 2 items, 2 full build items here, but at the exact same time, I think Same Page has been playing extremely well with the Shen taunts, and I think if he sets up something correctly and Akira can follow up with the right amount of damage, they could start turning fights here.
I can agree with everything you said, especially with the Manamune and Elsborn Gauntlet just now finished up with 80 Thresh on that Ezreal. His damage output and the slow application is going to be a little bit more. I would just hard go after that Karthus. 650 gold bounty. To not go for that is insane. You need to find a way to pick him off and lower that. Get that extra gold, build more on that momentum.
Yeah, straight 1,000 gold lead now for him as even still, after they got that shutdown, that 1k shutdown onto the Lucian, he still has a 200 bounty. It's so insane to see how much gold he is relative to everyone else on the team. He's almost 3,000 up on his respective counterpart right now, going back on a BF sword himself. So he is going to be super strong going into this mid to late game, and as they are starting this Baron up just completely straight.
And there's nothing DSG can do. I mean, I would not turn around and try to fight this. I was also going to mention before they committed to this that it just really hurts Awesome Sheep. Awesome Sheep cannot even go into his jungle and farm unless they all know that they're at Baron taking it, because they'll just get picked off and killed.
Definitely, the Skarner is having a hard time right now. Can't really scrounge up too much for himself. Is going to try to get a little bit for himself here, but it doesn't look like there's anything on his top side, and Ezreal is going to take his Raptors, which is another sad sight to see. But like I said, it's the cost you got to pay when none of your lanes really have the opportunity to walk up for CS. Things are looking quite bad now for the side of Darkstar Gaming. Are going to start getting pushed in on all lanes, but I am surprised to the fact that VX is not responding after giving up Aqua Anthony basically for free here. They aren't responding on any other lanes. I think that was a bit of an overextension from Aqua Anthony, maybe a little bit of hyper aggression, and now he is no Baron buffed. Gonna be solo pushing that top lane most likely, and without a Baron buff, that could be quite the null factor compared to what the rest of the team has in store here. He does have the teleport when he does get up though, so things won't be too bad for him. He will be able to put pressure right back on the map, as the TP coming in here from Scarlet is not going to get jumped on. That is a really bad E from Same Page, is now in the middle of 3-4 people, but is going to walk away as this dragon is going to be postured for Darkstar Gaming. Kind of have to look at this, but with that chunk on Same Page, they might not be able to. Awesome Sheep probably just going to have to look for a steal here.
And I mean, yeah, it's coming up in about 10 seconds. I'm going to say I would try to get like a pick or two off here, knowing that Aqua Anthony had to walk all the way from base, but he's already back. He can make it down there pretty quickly. Looks like Soul is just going to be given to them.
Yeah, Awesome Sheep sort of posturing here, looking for some vision, but it doesn't look like anything will be put down. Happy Game just standing in that bush, sort of giving glances at the enemy team. I Can't Breathe getting a little bit of poked at. Oh, I Can't Breathe actually falling down. Awesome Sheep gonna walk in, gonna get the steal onto the Ocean Drake here, and now they're gonna look for a fight. Akira's getting jumped back as Same Page jumped into the bush, but they don't know he's there. He's just chilling in that bush, and now he's just gonna try and get away. Akira is now getting spotted by the Crocodile, is gonna get chased down by Super Frankie. Super Frankie is gonna get a lot of damage, and the heal is not gonna be enough. Scarlet's gonna get the kill onto Akira, but Ezreal's gonna trade back onto Lucian. A lot of damage coming down to Happy Game and Aqua Anthony, the only two left here. Scarlet on the top side though, however, trying to pick up on the Same Page. Yumi is gonna go down, and now Aqua Anthony is looking for Same Page the flash, and that is the ace for the side of VX, and it looks like that. Nope, that won't be the game. Skarner's up, and we have Ezreal up in 20 seconds. They can't end the game, but this will probably be an inhibitor or two for the side of VX here.
Yeah, I'd be really surprised if not. That was a great steal, by the way, to not have them automatically get at 23 seconds, that soul. But it's just they're too far behind. But those kind of pickoffs, the way that they went about that, they need to get more of that, but I just don't think time is on their side to be able to stretch this out any further.
Yeah, that stall was really good.
Awesome Sheep.
Yeah, Aqua Anthony getting a little bit pulled in here, and that was a lot more damage than I expected. I guess he does have the Man Immune, plus the Triforce now, the Corki, sitting on a bit of a power spike here. Ezreal almost at that Death's Dance, actually, so we could be seeing him start to become a bit of a factor in these fights, as he has been getting funneled quite a lot of gold from these kills and from these shutdowns, as a bit of a cancelled recall there from Scarlet, as he is sitting on 24 Magi stacks, so he is still untouched on that card. That's the person you do not want to be fed, is still sitting very happily in the driver's seat of this game, and it's really on Darkstar to get him out of the table, because everyone else seems to be pretty relatively around the same power level, maybe like an item up, but what is a rapid fire cannon on Lucian when you already have your two core items besides maybe 25% more crit?
Yeah, that damage output is great. I am happy though to see him not going with a Mana Mune or anything like that. I'm just kind of tired of seeing that on the 80 carries. But this Ez output, I mean, you can't deny what that WQ damage combo does if he's able to land that on one person.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a lot of damage he's going to be outputting, and he is not going to be falling down very quickly anymore after he gets this Death Stance. I'm sure he's really close to it at this point. Yeah, sitting at about 900 gold should get it. Probably on this back or the next one, probably, I think it's about 1400 for Death Stance with those two component items. So yeah, he's relatively close now, sitting at about 300 away from it. Probably going to pick up a few top lane minions here and there, get a little bit poked down, and Darkstar Gaming really just has to keep doing what they're doing here, just clearing the waves in the base and hopefully finding that miracle fight to come and save them, because that's really what they need here, the saving grace. 80.
Corki's got the package.
Yeah, Corki has the package, so they have the opportunity to do something big here. Aqua Anthony is now getting in position on the bot side, so they will have to start answering a little bit of a 4-1 split push here, as they are walking in to try and get this inhibitor down, but it does not look like they'll have the pressure to. as VX starting to lose a bit of pressure. You can see what these early game champions are really made of at this point, getting to level 14, 15. As we actually see Akira hopping right in on two people. Super Frankie explodes before anything goes down, but he falls down too. Scarlet One's gonna get that ISO Q, and now Scarlet One walks into the middle of everyone and dies. But that is completely fine because that is what Akarthus wants to do, and now AD Thresh is going to try and get a trade onto I Can't Breathe, and he is going to get
in?
Oh no, he's not going to be able to get the kill. Happy Game's like 1 HP on the backline. And he is going to fall down. Aquanthony and AD Thresh are the only two alive now. Aquanthony is going to go in onto AD Thresh, going to get a lot of damage down, going to try and get the last two auto attacks off, but AD Thresh with that healing, with that Yumi on him, is going to be able to trade that off, and he is going to be able to stop the inhibitor for going down quite yet, but it looks like I Can't Breathe trying to get that kill on the inhibitor, but it does not look like it'll be the case. That is a really good fight for Darkstar Gaming. They're able to pull back quite a lot with that one.
Yeah, they need to go ahead and regroup here really quickly and get one person to defend and then make a dash right now for that Drake. It's coming up in about 20 seconds, and you can see Super Frankie and all of them are already heading down there to secure that soul. And hopefully Sheepy has it in him again to grab another good steal. And he is pinging it out, by the way, so he is aware that it's up. He's already rotating over there. It is spawning now, so here we go.
Yep, so this is going to have to be another miracle steal from Awesome Sheep here. Darkstar Gaming not in a position to start and take this fight. So, looks like I Can't Breathe going to start it up here. This could be the game-deciding fight right here. If Ezreal can get in the Dragon Pit, or even Awesome Sheep getting in the Dragon Pit would mean a lot for Darkstar Gaming at this point, because they need to stop this dragon.
Yep, Dragon's half down.
It looks like they're actually... Oh, they might have stolen it. No, they didn't. Lucian secures the dragon. The Ocean Soul will go to VX, and it looks like they will probably take this game right here. Aquanthony is looking to try and get the base, but it looks like AD Thresh is going for more. Akira is now getting caught up 2v1 here in the bot side jungle, and now it looks like VX are just going to walk into the base here. They have the Ocean Soul, they have the regen they need, and you can just see that Dominus is just ticking with that Ocean Soul. They are pushing the towers, they are pushing the base, they are killing all the members of Darkstar Gaming. AD Thresh put on such a hell of a game here, trying so hard to bring things back, but it just wasn't enough, and that is going to be game one here, going to VX with about a 2k gold lead, or 20k actually, so absolutely insane. They took a snowball, they rolled it in, they got inside the snowball, they rolled another snowball over that snowball, they crashed it into the Nexus. Maybe they almost threw a little bit here and there, but it was such a good game. Very much GG's to both sides, and game one going to VX there.
Yeah, I mean, you really got to give it to that Karthus play. We did see the little Q that went off onto the Ezreal, and then he was at half health, and then the ult just deleted him. And then even with Yumi on top doing the heal, none of that mattered. There were some glimpses of a fight, especially after Sheep had that awesome Drake steal to prevent the soul. But unfortunately, once that snowball was an avalanche, you're not digging yourself out of that. You are getting frostbite, and they were just done. So hopefully they can regroup and everything gets ready for the next game. Maybe a little bit better of a draft. That Yumi did not help anything there. So hopefully they can get someone with a little bit more maybe pick potential, better CC, and we can see what happens here in game two.
Yep, and looking at the drafts again, I mean, we obviously thought that Darkstar Gaming had the way better scale in this position, but it seemed like VX just knew exactly when to start putting that pressure on, and exactly when to start maybe easing out a little bit of that pressure so that Karthus could come in and clean things up. And it just seemed like they had way too good of a game plan for Darkstar Gaming to easily react to, and eventually it just became way too much for them. And what a dominating game one from Darkstar Gaming. I believe we are almost ready to send it over to Gurf here on the analyst desk to break down this game, but It
I
is.
do want to mention, by the way, they did have a great game plan, but also when they were all in that top right before they went to go get the final Drake for Soul, um, they were at that top inhib trying to take it, and Karthus was just in the middle smack of all of his team members. He's got all of the bounty on him. He's got, stacked Magi's. No one can get to him. You have to go through Trundle, Pantheon, etc. And then on top of that, you have Lucian right behind him. So just great positioning all around, and there's no way you can really get through that team.
Yep, and really great play from VX, and great play from both teams overall. VX obviously showing a bit better of a game plan, bit better of strategy there, and we are going to send it over to Gurf on that analyst desk to break down the game one. So make sure you guys give him some love as we send it back over, and we'll see you guys soon enough for game two.
Holy moly, what a game number one to our series. Sorry, let me just get my mic over here for you in case I'm just inting on the mic again. But hopefully y'all can hear me. We're all doing well. VX just busting out of the gates, looking strong as hell. You saw the damage graphs coming out there, but what showed up was actually Raven's Man at the top of the damage, doing 26k. So DSG had a really, really, really rough early game. VX just took everything. There was nothing left to be taken. The Karthus was coming through with some massive damage. Aqua Anthony was getting a nice little split push off. And don't even get me started about Frankie. Man was just popping in that mid lane. So super well played by VX. It was a really valiant effort by Raven's Man and his support, the dog. They were holding that game together there. We saw DSG pick up that Dragon Steel after a nice little pop by the Corki to take out the VX jungler, but it just unfortunately was not enough. VX was way too far ahead, and as a squad, DSG was not able to hold up to the damage that Ezreal was pumping out there. But there is the chance for Darkstar Gaming to come back. This is just game one. VX going to be looking to take it, obviously, and make sure they are secured into their first place spot, whatever you want to call it here for the playoffs. But DSG, they're showing how big their hearts are in that last little bit of the game and held on a lot longer than I thought they would. So well played to try and stay in, but very well played by VX to just be doing some spicy stuff here. So those legend tokens are going to be dealt out, unfortunately, for myself and Sir Andros. We just took a big L on that one. So unfortunately, if you betted for DSG, that is unfortunately gonna be the way it goes sometimes. But those predictions will be open for next game. However, what we gotta do is vote on a player of the game. So before we go to break, I'm gonna make sure that poll is open and ready to go. Making sure the right support is in there as well too. Wonderful. All right. Well, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll announce our player of the game. Make sure to get those votes in for who you think deserves player of the game. But when we come back, it'll be DSG facing off against VX one more time, maybe even two, but they got to find a win here over VX if they want to keep those dreams alive of moving up in the slots. However, it's break time, so you know what? The brain is a little fried today. But guys, we're doing our best. We'll see you guys in 5 minutes, so don't go anywhere. Hello, my lovelies, and welcome back to Week 7 of the LRS Premade League. It is currently 1-0 for VX in the series tonight. DSG trying their best to hold out on that one, but VX, hold on, what's my camera doing? Let's bring it down a little bit. VX, holy moly, we're looking so strong in that early game, just dominating all of it, almost finding the soul. Do eventually find the soul, but at that point in the game, there was not much our poor friends on DSG could do. Bit of a bloodbath there. So let's see what happens, as it will be Darkstar Gaming opting for blue side this time. So no switching sides, but it is Darkstar's choice in that. Before we get going into our pick and ban for next game, we have a player of the game. This one was close. I saw the bar bouncing back a ton, and both these players did great. It was almost Super Frankie on that Lucian. However, it's gonna be Scarlet 1 going 12-2 and 12. Sorry, was that I did read that right because I also typed it in. Holy crap. 12-2 and 12 on the Karthus. Super impressive stuff. Congratulations, Scarlet 1. Congratulations, VX, on the win here. However, we still got potentially 2 more games here. So let's see if Darkstar Gaming can pull it back for a Game 3 tonight. But VX are just looking so damn strong. We'll see if they can keep up with them. So, with that, I believe my casters are floating around. I'm going to pass it back on over to them, and they're going to take it away for pick and ban of game number 2. Guys, take it away.
Thank you very much, Gurf, and welcome back, guys, to Game 2 of Darkstar Gaming versus VX. We have Game 2 going in. Starting up real quickly here, VX obviously showing us why they deserve to be first seed into this playoff spot. And Darkstar Gaming going with that blue side again, obviously probably has around the same sort of game plan here. Not really switching up too many things, probably wanting that priority pick Shen again. So will be interesting to see what Darkstar Gaming decides to go with a little bit differently here, as maybe the Ezreal didn't work out for them last game. It will be interesting to see what they choose in that ADC spot. What do you think, a red wheelbarrow?
Yeah, completely agree. The Shen was a great pick. I think I would change up pretty much the rest of the draft, though. Just did not work out, but you can already see based on how picks and bans are playing out here on stream that they already got rid of that Pantheon. They don't really want to deal with that again. Just his pressure was pretty much too great. Also, though, before we get into the long haul of this, this is game 2 of a potential, 3-game series if Darkstar can push this out. And, positioning does matter. Yeah, Caitlyn did get banned. We do have the Shen pickup, like I mentioned. But just to kind of get this through, DSG needs to push this on for game 3 for a potential to get that number 2 slot, right? So this is pretty much it. This is for everything. So it's going to be great to see how this ends up playing out.
Yep, this is the deciding match for Darkstar Gaming. They have their lives on the line right now. Their playoff number 2 seed lives on the line. But obviously there is room for VX, or for Darkstar Gaming to still make it in the playoffs. Obviously 4th place is not a death sentence, and you have a lot of opportunity to still make it. And looking at the first draft here, we do see VX going with the same sort of style they did go last game with the Renekton and the Lucian. Obviously not afraid of that Shen in the top lane. But this might be where we see Darkstar decide to maybe go with a bit of a swap with that Shen in the jungle, maybe in that support role now.
Yeah, I would definitely, like I said, for VX, don't fix it if it's not broke, right? They destroyed. They kind of laid back a little bit as we see the Ezreal being floated here, not locked in entirely. But I would change it up a bit because absolutely nothing worked for DSG in that round. I do like the Ezreal pick here just because his scaling is so good when he can hit his QW combo, and that Shen ultimate coming down. I just hope we do not see another Yuumi support. I really felt that's where it faltered because that Pantheon was able to just jump in and immediately kill as soon as she detached herself. So hopefully we see a little bit more of a better rounded comp here.
That is true, but at the same time, the Pantheon is off the board now, so we could still see that Yuumi. It could still be a possibility, but obviously Darkstar Gaming don't want to give away way too much of what they're doing already by picking the exact same champions that they did last game. And never mind, they want to do
Okay.
exactly the same thing. Well, I would say in this point, if Darkstar Gaming had won the last game, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But at this point, it's just maybe just like a little bit of an oil change at this point. They're a little bit warmed up now. They're going to play this game a bit slower than the last game and hopefully get. Oh my God, that is a Shaco locked in. Okay, so that is gonna be the Shaco. I'm not sure where that's exactly gonna be going, but that is
I don't
that
care.
is
It's
Shaco.
already over. Like, my gosh, man. VX, you're talking about how DSG got an oil change. VX turned into Honda for a fucking Porsche or a BMW here. This is fantastic. They are coming in, gun swinging. We are going to get into the second round of the bans. We do see the APs getting banned out, just like last time with the Elise and the Kaisa. So all of this is playing out just like it should. I just don't know how an oil change with the same car being driven helps DSG here at all.
I mean, we'll have to see. I'm not quite sure where their Shaco's going to be going. I'm still a little bit baffled at that. I'm pretty sure Darkstar Gaming, in my mindset, you lose the game, but your comp's not the problem. It was more so the fact that oh my God, they just locked in Heimerdinger too. So,
no
yeah,
hesitation, by the way.
Gurf is legitimately roaring in my ear right now. He is definitely having the best time of his life looking at this VX draft right now. But that is a comp if I've ever seen it. It is very very spicy for sure.
Like, this is ridiculous. They are not even hesitating. They interlocked that Shaco and that Heim. Without changing, by the way, that Lucian or that Renekton first two picks. They just do not care at all. I really feel like no matter what DSG goes with, as they do lock in the game plank, I just don't think VX cares. I think they feel like this is just in the bag.
Yeah, and it looks like Darkstar Gaming actually going to be locking in that gangplank now. It seems like they are going to flex that Shen into that jungle position, so things are looking a little different for the Darkstar Gaming roster. They got a lot stronger of a scaling top laner now, and puts a less reliability or a less of a need for consistent AP damage while Gangplank doesn't do it himself. You don't necessarily need a large portion of damage when you have the Gangplank, when you have the Ezreal, when you have the Shen. But they do decide to lock in the Syndra, which is a very nice pick here. I thought Galio might have been another good choice here, but Syndra obviously is going to have a fine time against Heimerdinger in that mid lane.
I want to call this. I don't think Heim is mid. I want to go Heim APC.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'd be surprised. Let's see how it plays out. But I think that Heim could go APC.
You think it's Shaco Heimer in the bottom lane?
Yeah, I'd be surprised if it wasn't actually just with. Yep. We'll see. We'll see. I've seen a lot crazier, but I don't even think that's too crazy. I've seen that work. So we'll see here, guys. If you're watching the stream, we are going to have them load up, and they are going to go ahead and pick their characters in the order they're going to be going. So we'll see how wrong I am. Hopefully I am, just so DSG has a little bit of a chance. Because if they go Heim Shaco bot, it's lights out. Like, there is no going against that. However, I do want to just point out something. What they were missing, and this is Darkstar, they were missing that ability to do some really nice picks, and they get that with the Syndra now for this mid lane. So I really like that change. I like grabbing that Syndra. I like being able to just get the orbs down, use that ultimate to pretty much erase somebody in that mid to late game, and then being able to stun as well. So overall, great comp from DSG. I don't know what in the world is going on here with VX. So.
Yeah, and as we are getting into the draft here, make sure you guys get your votes in. Use that exclamation mark play, DSG, VX, and your amounts that you would like to vote. I personally am going to give it to VX just because I want to see what in the world they are planning to do with this team comp, if they have some mastermind scheme going through, or if it's just going to be a pretty standard game with just a few troll picks here. So, yep, Renekton, standard, Foley Bear. expected in that jungle role. So it will probably be that Shaco support unless they want to do something kind of fancy with that Shaco in the mid lane.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. I really do see it being Super Frankie staying mid, especially knowing that he's got to just kind of fight against that Syndra. They're both ranged, they can both stay out of each other's way, and it is confirmed. I called it. I did not imagine that they would take Super Frankie onto a Heim with how well of a monster game he had on that last round. So he is back on that Lucian, as you see, and we have a Shaco support. With a Heim APC. This is just absolutely ridiculous. Darkstar, I hope you bring your wards, your control wards, your Oracle lens. I hope you do absolutely everything you can before Shaco stabs you in the back and it's game over.
Yeah, and I think this is actually a much more interesting game for Darkstar Gaming. I think they have a lot more control in terms of matchups, and I think they have a lot more control in terms of mid-game. I think it's going to be very hard for VX to push an advantage if they do get a snowball rolling, and I think they actually probably will have to wait to sort of capitalize on dragon fights and to capitalize on waiting for the opportune moments for their Heimerdinger and their Shaco to really pop off. You really need to be in control of an area before a fight starts for the Heimerdinger and the Shaco to get true value. So it's going to be definitely on Darkstar Gaming to get control wards and play fairly safe, but at the same time, VX don't have the options that they did last game to sort of force everything that they want to.
I completely agree with you there. However, I do feel just from a lane perspective, I feel like you were talking there like if it's 5-on-5, you need Heimerdinger to be able to set up with his turrets and stuff, right? And I agree, but I just think from a bot lane perspective, yes, Ezreal Yumi is going to be able to play it safe. They'll be able to heal, put out some poke. But the fact that Shaco is going to be able to go invisible to get behind them, now that they have that new divot in the bottom side of their base, the fact that they can like wrap around those bushes to get to them, and also just knowing that he has those turrets all around him to be able to just make sure Ezreal can't get close. I just see this going to Heimerdinger and Shaco for the most part.
It's fair. Bottom lane will definitely go to Heimerdinger and Shaco. I think that it's not necessarily about the weight or the lane for Heimerdinger and Shaco. They more so want to play it out and get to that level 11 where they'll both be relatively strong with their powerful ultimates that they have. They can control a lot of area very quickly, and I think it's going to be very interesting to see how Darkstar Gaming is going to be able to play this game out.
Mm-hmm.
They are relatively strong in terms of scaling, in terms of how scaling concerns this game, but VX have so much cheese.
Yeah, I will say though,
cheese.
you can't knock a Shen jungle, right? If he can get a good gank and taunt to you, even if it's mid. Think about that, like for mid. The fact that he can taunt you, then right after the taunt's wearing off, you get a Syndra stun. That's a lot of damage output. Then just going from that bottom perspective with Shen being able to go down to that bot lane and have the Yumi level 6. That's just awesome. And then not to even mention the fact that he can do all of that, and then if Folly's trying to counter gank into another lane, Shen has his ultimate available. So I think awesome sheep. Like I love you to death. I cast with you, but I think this is all in your hands as far as how the flow of the game is gonna go, and we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, awesome sheep definitely has to apply a lot of pressure compared to Volibear. I mean, Volibear is technically gonna get countered by the Shen in the one-on-one by itself, but it's all about those 2v2s in the jungle. It's about pairing up with your mid or support or whoever it is and winning that 2v2. And I think in terms of 2v2 strength, I'm pretty sure on every side VX has a stronger 2v2.
Yeah, absolutely. I do want to question you here, Joe. Though, not Joe. I want to question you here just with the minute as we get into the game. What is your worst version of the Heimerdinger ult? Like what?
The worst version?
The worst version of that. Like in the sense, like what would you rather not go against? Because for me, I love his bouncing bombs that do the stuns. I think applying that in a team fight is just insane with how many times that bounces, the AP ratio that it goes off of, as well as all the stuns it gives you per bounce. So I think that is great, and then not to mention as well, team fights that come in, the fact that he can just drop his ultimate tower and just shred everybody, including his mini turrets that are already around him. I would not want to be diving into that in any capacity.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see ultimate bombs be used a lot. I don't think ultimate rockets are necessarily that useful. They can be useful in sort of surprise burst scenarios, but I think for the most part, it usually comes down to a well-placed turret or a well-placed bomb from Heimerdinger to really create that advantage. So it'll be interesting to see how this game sort of plays out if Heimerdinger can get the win cons that he wants, as we are loading into game now. Hopefully going to get a look at these ruins here. Yep. We've got Press the Attack actually going to be put down onto the Volibear, so he's going for a bit more of that trading style onto the Shen. Obviously, we see that VX jungler really loves to go Press the Attack on these auto attack based champions. He really likes to stick on his enemies and just be a nuisance to them, deal a lot more damage over time, and really take it to the enemy.
Are you surprised about the phase rush for Syndra, or do you think that that's compatible?
It's pretty normal. I'm actually a little bit interested to see why she went Inspiration over something like Domination at this point. I think Domination would be very useful.
I think the combo is weird, yeah.
However, phase rush is completely normal. As you always see it when Syndras usually go the tier build nowadays. They usually go tier into Seraph's Embrace and then go just for a bit more mana because of the Q nerfs with the mana.
Yeah, that is true. She has been hit quite a bit, yeah.
Yeah, they do have a lot more mana problems in the mid to late game now, so obviously phase rush not too surprising because Syndra is quite an immobile champion in her own right, so
I kind of wish you could see what the Inspiration secondary is before you load in, because that would be very cool to see if it went with cooldown reduction, possibly, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think it's probably Cosmic Inside Biscuits, especially against Lucian. That or free boots plus biscuits, but I don't think that could be the case. Because you don't really want to, you don't want to wait that time. Yep, make sure you're paused at 5. And here we go, getting into it. You guys think VX is going to win, so you were right about those votes. Shifting in VX's favor here.
How did they not, right?
Yeah, gonna get 66% of the vote here. A lot more people hopping into the vote at that point. So, you guys think on this game 2, VX is gonna take it clean 2-0? I personally think VX could win with the amount of cheese that they have on this side, as a pause is currently being had as actually it looks like we are resuming right now, so not too crazy of a pause here, but now we know we're all in sync with the exact time, so it's quite nice.
All right. Yeah, here we go. Not a lot of invades occurring here. Everyone just kind of playing it safe, besides the Shaka dropping the his little mini version of himself over there. Renekton going to be able to see Gangplank sitting here, same page. They're dancing back and forth, saying hello to each other. Just a kind of quick reminder, everybody, Darkstar needs to win this to even get a chance at securing that second place spot. So let's see if they can pull it together. They had a rough game 1. Very rough. I think Bambooper would absolutely agree with that. So we'll see how this plays out.
Yep, definitely, and we have to make sure that Darkstar's mental isn't too boom here. They have to make sure that they are on the right page still. They know their game plan. They're scaling extremely hard here in this team comp, and they just have to make sure things go slow. They can't have all the action that they did in the last game go down, because then you just lose. VX just utterly stomps you at every point, and VX really has to start making a lot more plays and really has to start pushing a bill early in this game. And obviously from
early starts for junglers here. It looks like a little bit of a difference here as Awesome Sheep and the Trundle from last game did end up meeting in that top side jungle. But it looks like they'll just both be swapping sides here. And Shen actually going for the 3-camp clear instead of a full clear. Same with the Volibear, so they'll both be on the map around the same time.
Yep, absolutely. Pretty much even across the board here, exactly what you would see. Oh, we do have a fight here mid, as Frankie tried to put some damage out, but he's already almost close to half down.
Yep, Frankie getting that level 2 power spike Lucian, quite scary when he hits that, so you gotta be careful in lanes when you play against him. That can be, that can catch you quite off guard if you're not ready for it. It can really put a lot of damage on you and really make your lane a rough time, especially as we saw last game with that Corki matchup. A little bit of trades going up in that top lane there. Gangplank getting the Q down, Grasp for the Undying, obviously onto the Gangplank. No surprises there. As, you know, Ravensman doing a good job of dealing with this Heimerdinger right now, trying to deal with as many turrets as possible without stepping in their range, and it looks like Shaco is also doing a good job of blocking Ezreal's Qs with boxes freshly spawned as Awesome Sheep and the Volibear going to be in the jungle here. Awesome Sheep's going to block the Volibear Q, but it looks like it will not be a kill as Akira actually got ignited there by Super Frankie, almost going down. So 2 bad trades for the side of Darkstar Gaming, but a lot better than last game where that would have been 2 free kills at the moment. but things are looking quite fine now. As a little bit of cheese coming out from Happy Game here. This Shaco definitely roaming around the map at the moment, letting his presence be known.
Yep, and I do want to point out, I do like how Scarlet and Happy Game did bring the comment for both of them. Just seeing that drop down, adding that little bit extra damage, it might not seem like a lot, but in this early game here, when you're just adding that much more pressure and chipping them down, it forces AD Thresh and the dog to really kind of reevaluate how much pressure they can really push here. So, really good job so far from them.
Yeah, and it definitely increases their poke by a large margin too. I mean, we do see that the Shaco is going the AP version, or the AP variant of Shaco, so it will be a bit more on that burst damage, on that box damage for the Shaco instead of, you know, auto-attacking him to death with Hail of Blades behind him. It's going to be a lot more, probably skillful in that manner that he is going to display his damage with the R active and also the W and E, as lanes are looking quite slow at the moment, as Aqua Anthony is going to get a bit of a jump on the same page, but same page is going to get a really good trade down there.
Yeah, with the Corrupting Potion, he's able to put out some burn damage there, but the other thing as well is he is up 8 CS. He's been able to utilize his Q and poke Renekton out of lane a bit, and not be able to go and target those minions like he wants, but they're about to fight here.
Yep, same page getting jumped on. Press the attack is down, and that is a lot of damage from Aqua Anthony. But he is going to take the tower shot, so both top laners going to limp away here, but a lot better of a wave positioning for Aqua Anthony at this point, going to be able to push out this wave and then hopefully get a crash. Actually, he might already have a freeze up there. So, things looking good for Aqua Anthony as a bit of an engage here. Happy Game is behind both AD Thresh and the Yuumi here. But it looks like they will get out as the Shaco box will get killed, sniped away by the Yuumi and the Ezreal. And just the Ignite going down plus the Exhaust onto the Ezreal. Just a bit of Summoner spell trades here and there.
And Shaco did back up. Volibear coming up top here.
Yep, Volibear up top, gonna get same page down real low, and that is gonna be first blood right there to Aqua Anthony. Gonna be able to clean up that Gangplank and get a lot more advantage for him in that lane. So things not looking too good for Darkstar Gaming here on this top side.
Not for the start. What I like the most about that is I was about to mention before we noticed that Can't Breathe was making that roam. Same page had just wasted his teleport then, right? So he's not able to pick up these minions. He's losing the CS, especially a turret minion. That is just a cannon minion just dying there. So now he has to walk all the way back to lane. Aqua Anthony doesn't even have to worry about, you know, losing anything here. He's just taking a sweet time, as you see he's roaming through the jungle now.
Yep. Aqua Anthony obviously going to be very happy about that. He's going to get the Ninja Tabbies so that he will not be getting as poked out in this lane now. He's going to
be quite happy with that. Now they are going to move to secure this Dragon VXs, and looks like it's going to be quite free, as they do have the stronger early game comp and just the stronger early game mindset as VX, with a steady lead here, almost 10k or almost 1k at this point. And the calling actually going to come down for Super Frankie here. It's going to cancel it at the right time, as Akira is going to get ignited, and a lot of damage coming down, but the ultimate actually coming from Akira is not going to kill Super Frankie, and both mid laners now really low. Happy Game shows up, going to put a box down, but not going to get any kill. And now Aqua Anthony just chilling in that top lane.
They're just chilling. Yeah, you aren't lying though about that ninja tabbies. It is helping him stay a little bit more ahead, and now he is. Oh,
Happy Game almost dies there, and is going to fall to the tower, but Super Frankie going to flash forward and get the kill. So Aqua Anthony in the top lane, though, getting a big trade down, is going to have quite a bit of health still, and is going to get that really nice empowered Q to heal himself back up and stay relatively healthy in this lane compared to same page.
and right now, player of the game is Can't Breathe. He does have an assist, obviously, but that's not why I give it to him. You had same page who was 10 CS ahead in winning that lane, and because he used teleport, got ganked, lost that fight, had to walk all the way up. He is now 16 below Aqua Anthony now, and just getting poked out. Look at him getting chased.
Yeah, getting dived now as same page, as he almost goes down to that E from Renekton, but it does not look like it'll be the case, as Akira is now chasing the prey. Is going to get the stun, but he does not have the ultimate here. Is not going to be able to get Aqua Anthony down just yet, and that looks like it'll be a trade onto Akira here. It will. Akira just over-aggressing a little bit too hard with no vision in their side of the jungle, and 3 people just show up out of nowhere and get that kill.
Yeah, very unfortunate having used the teleport there to help save Sampage. But they do get to rotate now and go after Shelly, so it is really an overall great play. And I do like that Happy Game is able to roam, knowing how safe Scarlet is in that bot lane with his turrets.
Yep, and it looks like Ezreal is now hitting level 6, so both bottom laners now 6. Scarlet already level 7 though, so he has been getting so much solo gold by himself. Happy Game has basically been the roaming Shaco jungle.
Yeah, he's not even, oh wow.
And here he is hopping onto same page here with I Can't Breathe, gonna try and get the kill down now. Same page really low, taking down with that ignite. Is gonna get a chomp out of him, and I Can't Breathe goes down, or takes down same page. Sorry about that call. That is a 3k gold lead already for VX, absolutely steamrolling this top side.
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty much the exact same play out as the first game, right? Like, they are very good. Oh, here we go, here mid.
Oh, here's I Can't Breathe, gonna hop in onto Akira here, gonna try and get the kill down, and it looks like the culling will not be able to clean up Akira, and it looks like he'll actually make it out and take I Can't Breathe with him. So Volibear, a little bit of overextension there, gonna get punished, and that is probably something very good for Darkstar Gaming. I mean, gets the Syndra a little bit more back in the game, although she is sort of stunting her build with going for the Rabadons early. Or not the Rabadons, the Zanyas. Although it looks like she might just be curving into a Lost Chapter item, which might be a little interesting. Surprised she's not going the tier build, but that is beside the point. Happy Game gets the flash at the same page in that top lane. And yeah, this Gangplank's level 6. He's almost getting out-leveled by his ADC. It's a very sad sight.
No, I mean, it is sad, but definitely not for VX, right? Like, I mean, this has to be going 100% according to plan. Before that fight mid broke out and Volley dropped, I was going to say that they pretty much are doing the exact same game plan as the first game. Their aggression in this first 10 minutes matches what they were doing in that first one. They don't have as many kills as they did for that first game, but they are still pretty much on par. They have the gold lead, almost 4k up. They're up 4-2. They have a tower. They took Herald. They have everything going for them.
Yeah, and they're playing significantly more calculated this round too. They may still have the same amount of pressure, but they have less kills, which means they're calculating a lot more, and they're taking a lot more, like, calculated risks rather than just throwing it all at the enemy and getting them overwhelmed. They're taking it a lot slower, but they're also taking it a lot more... They're taking a lot more pressure in terms of impact on the map rather than just pressure in terms of kills and how much gold they have over their enemies.
as 3 people now show up in this mid lane here. Happy Game is
Oh,
going to get stunned up,
Shaco.
but very bad pick. Oh, the ultimate outplay from Shaco there, going to be able to take the full Syndra ultimate off on cooldown, and very nicely played. But 4 people are now going to show up in that mid lane here. The Gangplank ultimate will come down, but the stun will not go down on Super Frankie. The flash taunt, though, from Awesome Sheep is going to get Super Frankie down, but that'll be a 1-for-1 trade here. But that is very good for Darkstar Gaming. They would want that. Super Frankie is one of the biggest members on their team right now, but Scarlet now is in the back line trying to get a kill, but it does not look like that will be the case, as I Can't Breathe trying to walk in, trying to get a Bully Bear slam, but it does not look like anything will happen. So we have Aqua Anthony and Same Page in the top lane. Aqua Anthony is looking for a dive here, is not going to be able to look for it. The Dominus will go down, and he is quite low. It's going to look for a cooldown here, but it will not happen. Same Page gets the Q auto attack off before he's able to get one auto attack to kill him, and that'll be a kill going for the side of Darkstar Gaming. They are slightly coming back here, but the gold advantage is still going up for VX here.
It is going up, but I mean, we've seen this with Aqua Anthony even in that last game, right? Just overconfidence, over cocky, over committing and giving free gold away for absolutely nothing. You are ahead in level, or at least you were until you gave up that kill. You're ahead in items, like you own with the CS lead and everything, and you just give away free gold like that by taking those tower shots. So that is a good win condition for Darkstar, if they want to start picking up on that and start picking up and taking advantage of that cockiness. But otherwise, VX needs to kind of slow down a little bit, because that can be taken advantage of pretty heavily.
Oh yeah, definitely. And looking at Darkstar here, they are starting to piece together a little bit of a comeback here. Not too big, but Ezreal with a little bit of gold advantage in that bottom lane. Probably the same for Yuumi, as the Shaco has been. Oh no, the Yuumi actually is quite relatively far down from the Shaco. That is surprising, considering the fact that Shaco's been around this map the entire game. It looks like Shaco is going to absolutely curse why I say that, as that was a really well placed clone. He actually got it to take a tower shot as soon as the teleport came through, so the Gangplank was unable to chase, and it looks like Volibear looking for a little bit of a cheeky gank down in this bottom lane, but it doesn't look like it'll be the case, as they are just trying to get a little bit of poke down here.
There's only one kill that Happy Game has not been a part of, right? So that explains why he definitely already had the Breeze of Mobility, the Hex Tech, and they look to make a dive here on this bot lane.
Yeah, they're looking to make a dive here, but Scarlet is quite low, is going to fall down before anyone is in position to start the dive, as Akira now shows up with the TP. I Can't Breathe going to try and disengage from this position, but it looks like the Phase Rush is going to be used to walk forward and try and catch up onto this Volibear here. But now oh, Syndra's in a bad position, get caught in between 3 people. A rock in a hard place is that Syndra, and now she is just a rock, not even there, just dust.
That was both teams not on the same page. One, VX was not on the same page when Yuumi utilized that ult for when Volley and Happy Game were going to go ahead and help make that gank. And then on top of that, we had the Akira come in with that teleport, and then commit to going after that Volley without any help from AD Thresh or Dog. So just unfortunate there, because I really feel like DSG could have capitalized had they followed up there.
Yeah, they definitely could have capitalized a lot harder than they did, but at the same time, I think Akira was a little too far out there. Super Frankie was walking down, and while it is a good build, I don't think Super Frankie necessarily needs that Blade of the Ruin King in this game. I don't think the Shred of True Damage is going to be very utilized here, maybe against the Shen, but that's about it. And they are going to secure this Rift Herald here.
Yeah, they are. But I mean, Aquafina last game and this game looks like he's going to be going for the exact same item, and you don't really need that. Like, you need one of them to have it. Especially, I would have gone Essence Reaver. Here we go.
Happy Game in the mid lane here, going to throw down the exhaust real quick, but that good disengage E is going to stop everything from happening. Awesome Sheep going to dash forwards here, try and stop a bit of that damage from coming down, and it looks like it will be the case for Frankie. Going to have to walk away. But again, Happy Game just putting so much pressure on this mid lane. Akira just cannot breathe.
Well, nope, not at all. But I gotta give it to Awesome Sheep. He says, "Oh, hold on, let's see if he catches him." Nope, he's gonna flash over.
Yep, he's got that Q. Always got that Q. So, things for Darkstar are looking quite fine. It is a slower game, and VX do have a bit of the gold advantage here, but I
Much
think
better.
it is a much better for them. They do have time to skill. They do have the relative identity still. They
have
aren't
room.
necessarily they aren't falling asleep at the wheel here. They can still win. And they are scaling still completely fine.
They're on the cable car going up the slope. That's pretty much what we're doing here. We're going with snow analogies, but unfortunately Shelly's going to be used for that top lane, and it does look like Renekton is going to be able to secure that tower.
Yeah, and it looks like he is going to trade onto same page too. A lot of damage coming down, and it looks like that will be the kill. The Blade of the Ruined King. Just way too much chaseability for the Renekton to just stick on that gangplank, and really easy kill.
And look at this. They are already prepared and ready here to go for this Drake.
Yep, and they already have so many traps and things already set up. Shaco's got his ulti down already, ready to put together a bit of that damage. Is gonna bait him towards that dragon. It's gonna get stunned though, and the Yumi ulti is gonna get baited onto that Shaco. But that trap is gonna stop Akira from being able to move, and now I can't breathe. Walking in on two people is going to try and get down some kills, but it doesn't look like it'll be the case. But beautiful trap game from Happy Game there. Just doing an excellent job of stopping that entire ascent from the side of the Darkstar Gaming. And things for VX are looking way better now at this point.
Yep. I'd be very satisfied to be right where I am, especially just knowing how much control they had in that first game, seeing it really continue here, even though it is just a smaller scale. Because remember, at that 20-minute mark, that last game, it was pretty much, they were backed, DSG was backed all the way to their own inhibs for the most part. But they do have Soul Drake Point. They are able to fight and get ready for that in the next 4 minutes. But DSG is not out of the woods yet. They still are in a comfortable position to be able to fight back, especially now that you have a Triforce. The Manamune is fully built out. He's almost very close. Talking about 80 Thresh getting that Iceborne Gauntlet. So there is going to be some damage output coming, but Syndra needs to hurry up here. I don't know what's going on with this build. She's kind of piecemealing things together at this point.
Yeah, she's a bit of a Build-A-Bear herself. Got the police pants on and like a army jacket, so it's kind of weird, but it's completely fine. She's got a few defensive stats as Awesome Sheep's gonna get caught in this jungle here. Aquanthony is going to go in onto Awesome Sheep, but it looks like it'll just be a trade of health, not a actual kill going down. Awesome Sheep has the E to disengage, but yeah, like we said, Syndra very limping in this mid lane here, unable to get really anything going for themselves in that Happy Game, getting picked off in that bush there. They were pretty certain they knew he was there, and he definitely was.
Yep.
But yeah, like you were saying, just really good sequential winning from VX here. They are taking stuff very sequenced, very slow, but at the same time they have so much pressure, and they're funneling the gold that they need to onto the correct people. You can see on the gold charts here, we've got about 4,000 gold lead for Lucian here over pretty much everyone on the side of Darkstar Gaming, and he is just sitting so prettily right now, and they are starting up the Baron on spawn just like last game.
Yep, pretty much right on spawn. They are already there. Methodically, they are just going around the map. They know exactly how to play as a 4-man team or as a 5-man team. Sorry about that. And just the pressure that they put on is just absolutely insane.
Yep, as Happy Game is going to get jumped on here, and that is going to be a... Oh, wait, they're returning a bunch of kills. Wait a minute, Sorry, my eyes didn't adjust in time for that one. VX just made 3 people just absolutely explode in front of my eyes. I thought that was... Oh, I guess it was same page going down. Okay, so I thought it was Awesome Sheep who got a really good jump there, but I guess the Volibear just able to survive, and then the rest of Darkstar Gaming just crumbled in front of our eyes.
Yeah, and this Happy Game play is fantastic because he is able, as we see some poke going down on Uncle Anthony, but he's going to back out as the mid tower falls. I did want to mention Happy Game in the way that he's been roaming, he is able to just make everyone irritated. Oh, hold on here, we got a fight.
AD Thresh gonna get hopped on here, but that's two people really low trying to walk out of the base here. Aqua Anthony is the last one alive as Happy Game does get picked up, and that's a double kill for Akira. So a bit of more gold going over to the side of Darkstar Gaming. Is that going to be enough for the Syndra to finally get her second item? Maybe. As the GLP actually picked up. That's actually surprising to me.
Me too. Yeah.
Usually would go Seraphs in this position, but maybe you just don't want to. Maybe you just don't want to scale too hard, or you want to have some more immediate power. GLP is definitely a good alternative to that, and it's fine against Heimerdinger and Shaco and Volibear. So I can see a case for it in this game.
Yeah, I mean, you get the 600 additional mana. The other thing as well, they still, it's not lost yet. However, as you can see, you do have Happy Game already over there, scoping out and clearing out any wars for this Drake. They are just on point. They can clear out right there that control ward in the Tribush. They are already ready to grab this soul that is coming up in not even 25 seconds.
Oh yeah, their positioning and their control of this Dragon Pit has been so overwhelmingly positive in the past few games. In the past two games, they've really displayed exactly why they're a top team, exactly why they're going to be placing in #1 here if they win this game. It's that their control over their map and their control over their positioning is just so strong, as Charlotte 1 actually getting a little caught out here as I say that. Oh no, man, I'm sorry, commentator cursed as Volibear is now getting jumped on, but Super Frankie, the absolute dominance in that culling, just gonna take out the gangplank on the back there. 80 Thresh is a little bit too far up, but Aqua Anthony is sitting on that base, just making sure that one or two people have to be there for there to be an answer. Super Frankie actually goes down. 80 Thresh is going to get the kill. Akira is going to almost fall down to Aqua Anthony, but Aqua Anthony is going to almost get returned on, and that'll be Aqua Anthony falling down. Now I Can't Breathe is on this dragon, is going to try and secure this soul for the team, but Awesome Sheep with that ultimate, the 3 men strong, sitting here for this dragon. It does not look like there will be an answer that VX will be able to do besides maybe go for a steal here. Volibear has to try and get this. 80 Thresh gonna get jumped on here, is gonna fall down before he makes it. Happy Game is now alone versus 2 people, but that is the dragon resetting. It looks like they have bought the time they need.
Man, let's see what Happy Game's able to do here as he does a little bit of poke onto that Shen. They are gonna aggro the Drake again, but Happy Game is not backing away.
Yeah, things are getting riled up here in this Dragon Pit as things still have not been decided, as Shen is looking around this corner here, but it looks like VX are just slightly holding it right now. Super Frankie is here, so they do have enough damage to look for another fight. And it looks like this will be around the exact same thing, as Aqua Anthony is now getting pinged to join them at the Dragon Pit, so it looks like there will be a full 5-on-5 here, as yep, the posturing has started. It looks like Happy Game's ultimate has been burnt. Red side does have smite, same with blue side, so it'll be a 50-50 for sure. The Infernal Drake is very low at this point. They're trying to secure it, and it looks like it'll go down to VX. Awesome Sheep now getting burnt down in the front line. Same page now jumped up by Aqua Anthony, but he is getting traded back on. The Infernal Soul, is it going to carry this fight? Oh my god, I Can't Breathe fast, just over the wall, kids onto 80 Thresh, but it is not going to matter. He does not go down, and that is 1 kill for us on Awesome Sheep. And VX is going to walk away with a 1-0 plus the Infernal Soul. That is very big for VX here. They are up 10k now at this point.
Yep, not to mention the DSG base is just getting slammed right now as same page runs back to try to get a little bit of safety there with those minions going down. But this is literally the exact same game plan that VX did in the very first game that we saw in this last round. They will fight around that Baron and around that Dragon Pit while sending Aqua Anthony all the way down there into the base to just push, making people commit to that fight as well. So it splits the resources, and when you're already behind, split resources just, I mean, you're down, you might as well be against, 10v5 at that point. There's just nothing they can really do.
Yeah, that's very true. Now, it looks like VX have set up perfectly for this Baron to be up in 5 seconds here, as a pause does come through, but we are getting our checks very instantly, and yeah, it looks like they will start up this Baron on start, so it will probably just go straight down. I don't think that Darkstar Gaming has any room to sort of reposition for this fight before it goes down. We have 3 seconds before it spawns, and they already have Heimerdinger turrets plus the ultimate popped. It seems like it's just going to go straight to them.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I'd be surprised if it didn't. And here we go.
Yep, there's the Heimerdinger ultimate popped onto the Baron, and a lot of people doing big damage to it. Nobody can even suspect it going down already, and there it is, gone as day is the side of that Baron, and Darkstar Gaming now really have to find the perfect fight. And by perfect, I mean perfect. It has to legitimately be 5-0 plus the next Baron and Elder.
Yeah, and I think the issue with that is, unfortunately, we saw how it played out last time. They were able to get a few picks. Aqua Anthony. I've been calling him Aquafina sometimes, so I apologize. But if he continues going top, they might be able to pick off a couple more kills on him. But ultimately, like, it's just this happy game is just playing out of his mind right now. So.
Oh, absolutely. The Shaco. So surprising as Aquanthony is now top lane. 4 people strong, like you said, coming in to try and answer Aquanthony, try and get 1 pick. But it looks like there's just so much pressure being put down on every other side of the map. The inhibitor in mid lane almost going down, but that Super Frankie's flash going to have to be burnt, and he is going to have to walk away. So 4 in this bottom lane now, 4 VX, 1 in the mid lane. Actually 3 in the bottom lane, 1 in the mid lane, but that is a big taunt coming down for the Volibear here. He is going to try and get out of the turret range, but is not going to be able to. He is locked down for so long, but he is going to be able to make it out. But that is the calling coming down for Super Frankie here, going to put so much damage down. By 80, Thresh is going to be able to pick up the kill. So greatly played from Ravensman, but it is just so hard to even defend at this point. I mean, you just lost your inhibitor just by getting strung around your own base. It's so hard for Darkstar Gaming to do anything when it's really only this Ezreal who is able to do, like, basically anything for them.
Yep, the only saving grace they really have at this point is they still have a tower sitting at their main inhib, which obviously you can't really commit to get that. Wow.
Happy game, a little bit of an overextension there is going to get picked up, and it looks like that'll just be the tower going down as... Scarlet 1 going to get the ulti from Akira there, and that is 2 kills. 3 kills, actually, in the base for the side of Darkstar Gaming. They are able to clean up a lot of overextensions for VX, and they are holding on now. They are shortening up this lead that previously was at 10k is now only at 9k and going down. So Darkstar Gaming still has room to enter back into this game if they would like to plug in their controllers at any point, but it still seems really hard for Darkstar Gaming, especially when Elder Drake's still up in a minute 50, and I don't know if they'll be strong enough to take a fight there.
Yeah, not even, they can't prepare for Elder, they can't prepare for Baron, they can't even get out and clear their jungle because it's just all getting demolished by VX, so there's just nothing they can do but sit in their base and wait and hope that they can get off some kills, but that's just too far of a long shot to occur, and you're just going to see this lead just expand, and you're going to be slowly suffocating them until they take that base.
Yep, this lead is just going to expand and expand from here if Darkstar Gaming doesn't find a way to answer it. And they found some ways for overextension, but they still really need to find some picks of their own. They need to start making plays happen rather than waiting for VX to, slip up after taking 3 things in their base. As
Absolutely.
They are trying to walk into their jungle here, but the vision control.
Same page getting that barrel shot off of Aqua does put him down really nicely. It's a good chunk of health that goes away, so really nice to see some damage output be able to go out for DSG. Hopefully they can get a couple picks here and make
Yeah,
some
we actually
movements
do
across
see the
map.
Leandries being built third on the Gangplank, which is super nice to see. We always love to see that. Leandries is such a strong item, especially with the AP ratios on your W and your R. It just amplifies all of that damage and all of that healing, and you just become 10 times as strong as you were prior, and you don't really even need a crit strike chance on Gangplank. I think that sort of Gangplank build has sort of fizzled out over time, and it's more so gone to a utility, more so cannon barrage base style.
No, exactly. As we see, I love seeing Happy Game just standing over there as he's watching his little robot clone just go and like wreak havoc on everyone.
Oh yeah, as we have the Elder started up for the side of VX's. Same page is getting caught up in this mid lane here, is unable to use the cannon barrage for this fight now, so Awesome Sheep's going to try and jump in, and he is going to get burned down before the Elder even goes down, and that looks like it is going to be curtains for the side of Darkstar Gaming here. They are getting corralled into this bottom lane here. This is looking like the winds of freedom for VX here. The winds of first place being breathed onto all the members as they are getting Elder Soul breaths coming out of their mouths, going on to the enemies, and 12k gold for VX here. Gonna lock in that first place spot and gonna take it 2 over Darkstar Gaming here. This is quite a dominating performance going into going into playoffs as Scarlet 1 disconnects before the game even ends. Knows what's happening here, and it looks like Awesome Sheep gonna try and defend here. Same page also, but the Lucian's just too strong. He's 10-3-6. The Shaco's just chilling, and that is the game, ladies and gentlemen. VX is gonna take the series 2-0 over Darkstar Gaming in a really convincing sweep. Two like snowball comps that really required you to be ahead early. They masterly played it. They chose it exactly how they were supposed to. They chose the fights they needed to, and it just led them directly to a victory. And it was extremely well played. You can see on the damage charts here that even if Ravensman was putting up high numbers the whole game, it still wasn't enough. And unfortunately for Darkstar Gaming, it just wasn't enough this day. And the teamwork from VX really outshining any individual in that game, really, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, you do have that Lucian still strong performance just based off of how he did it in the first game, popping off again in the second. But I do want to just point out, happy with that Shaco to me is the player of the game. Just the amount of pressure. He wasn't even there with the Heimerdinger duo for that bot lane for a good, I would say, over half the time. Right, so only like 30-40%. The rest, he was everywhere else on the map, just wrecking havoc on DSG. Just helping secure kills. I believe at the 10-minute mark, I explained that besides one kill, he had kill participation and everything else. So just great map awareness, great positioning, great overall control from everyone on the side of VX. So great to see they got their first place role, and it's going to be great to see as well as we go into the playoffs, kind of what happens with DSG moving forward and how they can recuperate and what they can learn from this game.
Yep, and I believe with that, we are almost ready to send it over to Gurf on that analyst desk. So, we will be sending it off right now, actually. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to me in a red wheelbarrow talk your ears off for the past 2 hours. It was a fun time, and we'll see you for sure during playoffs.
Yep.
Good job on VX for securing that first place, and an unfortunate 4th place for Darkstar Gaming here. But at the same time, you can't fault that 4th place out of 6 teams is always better than 6th place out of 6 teams. PV. Anyway, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Gurf, for having us, and we'll see you guys hopefully for playoffs. Thank you.
I love it.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gents, and what a hell of a series out of VX, just showing up how strong they were. And you know what? Oops, just ignore that one. Wow, it might not have been the Heimerdinger doing the majority of the lifting here. VX, do you know how happy you made me when I see a Heimer coming through? You have no idea how pumped I was to see that. But as a whole, you know, the caster said it best. It was, I can't breathe, setting up those early picks for his top laner, making sure Aqua Anthony got his split push running again. Frankie in the mid lane on the Lucian, just you can see the damage on that past game again. I think we can actually bring up the damage if I did this right. Look, okay, check this out. I did do it right, so I'm gonna have the damage coming up in a second as I'm still talking. But holy crap, just take a look at those bars. But again, it's Ravensman at the top of the damage graphs doing 26k. And it's so unfortunate that DSG was not able to come and rally around this Ezreal. But I mean, I think what the casters were saying in that draft was, you know, maybe something other than a Yumi. You know, the Cinder was picked up with the assumption that Heimer was going mid. And don't get me wrong, as a Heimerdinger, the worst feeling is to go into something that either has gap closing or a Syndra, because she can just pick stuff up and throw it away. However, that Heimer was down in the bot lane with a Shaco, and Happy Game just being an absolute menace this entire game. That's a great strategy that VX was able to pull out. Heimerdinger can be reliable by himself in a lane. By himself. You can see it. We've seen him in top lane before. We've seen him in mid lane. And today we finally get to see him bust out as an APC. And this really enabled VX to just send Happy Game wherever the hell they needed. That was fantastically done by them. It allowed the Heimer to scale up, get those solo levels, and allowed the rest of VX to be setting up these cheese plays, which they did with the Shaco. So, just incredibly well done by VX, and showing us why they're in that first place situation. So, guys, we are going to take a break. I'm going to set up that poll for you, so start voting on who you think deserves player of the game. You see it right... Look at that. Set up the chat right below me so I can see you guys chatting. But you see the poll is open there, so go ahead and use the command vote and the position you think deserves that player of the game. But no, incredible stuff coming out of VX. Guys, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be announcing our player of the game. And of course, where the standings are going into playoffs next week for the LRS Premade League. Lots to catch up, a few announcements as we end out. But don't go anywhere, guys, because we'll be back right after the break. And make sure to stick around and watch a couple ads if you don't mind for us. Wink, wink. It always supports us. It supports a little bit, but we do appreciate every little bit of support you guys bring. So I will see you guys in a couple seconds after the break. Make sure to keep those votes coming for player of the game, and we will be right back. And welcome back, my friends, to our little conclusion of tonight. VX going to be taking it in a 2-0 fashion, showing us why they are that number one team in the LRS Draft League. Just awesome stuff coming out of them. But before we talk about where these teams are going to be ending up in the brackets, we have to announce our player of the game, and this player was an absolute nuisance to poor DSG, just being everywhere and nowhere at once. It is none other than Happy Game on the Shaco, going 5, 4, and 10, just enabling the rest of the members of VX to do whatever the hell they really wanted. That Shaco was just a pest, but it worked very, very damn good for VX. It allowed Heimerdinger to just solo lane down there, especially the fact that it was Ezreal Yumi, so you can kind of see it as 1.5. So VX just playing this one really, really damn good. So with that, and with the announcement I mentioned earlier tonight about Beaver Cleavers being out of the league, that is only 6 teams. So with that, the captains got together. They voted on what they wanted for the rest of the split. So it was cut down to 7 weeks. That means this was the final night of the split. Playoffs for LRS Premade do start next week. We are only going to be broadcasting one of the series at a time, just due to streamer time constraints. It's a busy time for all of us. So we will be showing off definitely one of the series coming next week. But that means VX is going into the bracket. First place, EGM picks up second place. So they get a bye. In our third and fourth place, that's going to be Jet Black Eclipse, followed up by Dark Star Gaming. And then for our fifth and sixth place is 999 and PVE. These playoffs are going to be double elims, so teams have to lose twice. There is a loser's bracket that the losing teams will have a chance to make their way through. But it is going to be some spicy playoff games. They will be best of 5 series, so players going to be playing that mental game big time. And the first one to notice it, thank you, Flipcheck, noticing the fresh cut. Not bad, not bad, baby. But that will be doing it for tonight. I hope you all enjoyed the craziness that VX was able to bust out tonight. Super incredible stuff from them. I do gotta give a shout out to our boy Ravensman, though. The Ezreal damage was up there. It's unfortunate that the rest of DSG was not able to get that damage as well, too, because the rest of VX, it was like Ezreal had this damage, and the rest of VX also had that damage. So 1 times 5, it's unfortunate, but what are you going to do? Got to try your hardest in playoffs. Now we're going into best of 5 series. That's, the mental game is just so key when you get to these big series. So I am very, very excited to be bringing some playoffs to you guys next week. I hope you all had a great time with the tokens tonight. Hopefully those predictions went well. My first one did not. My second one, very much so. Putting it all in on to VX just because I saw the Heimerdinger. Just completely not biased, as you can tell. Oops. Anyways, guys, that is going to do it from us tonight. Make sure to head on over to our YouTube to check out our most recent podcast we released this past weekend. Of course, our lovely merch store is sitting and waiting. Currently, sweaters in the wash because I've been wearing it too much, so it's got to get cleaned up. But I've been wearing the crap out of it. Absolutely love the sweater that I got. So super great stuff there. And of course, all stats, standings, and trades will be posted on the Instagram throughout the week. So make sure to head on over to legends_GG to check out all that information there. But with that, guys, that's going to do it from us tonight, I believe, unless there's any other announcements I got to make. I know Fliptrick's floating around, so ping me, because you got about 30 seconds before I head out. What if we do a little raffle? You want to do a little raffle? Who's down for a little raffle? 50 tokens to be shooting out as we close this stream out. So, screw it. Why not? Why not? You know what? Not 50. Let's do 100. Let's do 100 because I love you guys and all of you who are tuning in tonight to support the stream. And if you're still hanging around to hear me just yell at you through the mic here, you guys, I will start that up. So use the command raffle, and I will get those points over to you. Make sure you're actually have tokens and you're registered to actually get them. So you can check those tokens with the command tokens or command points, and I will send those over, and all you have to do is enter raffle, and you'll be a part of it. So guys, that is going to be it from us tonight. Hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. We will see you this Sunday for our Valorant stream at 3 p.m. EST. No podcast this week because it is bi-weekly, but lots of exciting stuff coming for you guys. Thank you to our casters. Thank you for all of you in chat. And thank you to our teams for putting on a great show for us tonight. It's your boy Gurf signing out. Love all your faces. And I will catch you guys next week. But this Sunday for the Valorant games, you'll see me floating around in chat. Have a wonderful night, everybody. Love you all. Mwah. Big kisses. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Hope you all have a great night. And peace out.